place. Let's give a hand to the bartenders up there. Let's show some appreciation to the bartenders. And I noticed you've got a stoplight out here. I come from a small town in Kansas, DeSoto, Kansas, and we're so small, we don't even have a stoplight. And we only have one gas station, and it's connected to a massage parlor, and they're both self-service. We moved, we haven't been here a year yet. SM and I haven't been here a year yet. We're in Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill is different than Youngsville. I mean, I roll out of bed, I stagger into Starbucks. I get in line. I feel uncomfortable. I feel awkward. I feel out of place. I'm trying to figure out why. Is it my age? Is it because I don't have a laptop? No. I realize I'm the only one in the building wearing socks and shoes. Nobody else in there is wearing socks and shoes. In other words, in the whole building, the employees, the customers, they're all sockless. No socks. Birkenstocks, no socks. Nike sliders, no socks. Jesus sandals, no socks. A woman standing in the corner wearing pink, fluffy bedroom slippers, no socks. What is this sockless? I get to the cash register, and what happens? The individual says, "Can I help you?" Says, "I'd like a cup of coffee." "What time?" I said, "Folgers." He said, "This is Starbucks." This is Starbucks. We don't have Folgers. We got Cafe Americano, Cafe Cappuccino, Cafe Mistro, Cafe Mocha, Cafe Latte. Whoa, just a minute. Give me just a give me a coffee latte. Says, "Do you want that cinnamon, hazelnut, vanilla?" Just give me a coffee latte, vanilla, small. He said, "This is Starbucks. We don't have small. We've got tall, grande, and venti." What's venti? A bucket? I mean, look, give me a coffee latte, vanilla, tall. He said, "That'll be $5.35. I said, No. I said, "I want a coffee latte, vanilla, tall." He said, "That'll be $5.35. I said, "Are you kidding me? Anybody pay $5.35 for a cup of coffee can damn well afford socks." I turned around, walked across the street, and met by an array of tattooed waitresses. "Welcome to the Waffle House." I walk in, go to the counter, sit on the stool, and immediately in front of me is a waitress holding a coffee pot in her right hand and a Waffle House coffee mug in her left. And she asks, "Coffee?" I nod. She proceeds to pour the coffee in a mug and serves me coffee the way it's supposed to be served. The way it's supposed to be served. The way it's supposed to be served in a mug. And she says, "Anything else?" I said, "2 eggs over easy, sausage, hash browns, white toast, and I've had a rough day. I'd like a kind word." She takes and she turns her head over her right shoulder and she calls out the order in waffleese while simultaneously rotating her hips to the left, forming a contraposition. She spins to the left, drops 2 pieces of bread in the toaster, goes to the refrigerator, gets 2 patties of butter, 2 of those grape jelly things, and as she turns around, the bread pops out of the toaster. She grabs the 2 pieces of toast and she cuts them diagonally, diagonally, and she puts them on a round plate that's half the size and half the weight of a manhole cover. She puts the butter on the plate along with the jelly, passes the plate to the cook, and with a blink of an eye, the plate is spinning in front of me, and the waitress is saying 2 eggs over easy, sausage, hash browns, white toast, while simultaneously, without being asked, refreshes my coffee. She says, anything else? I said, where's my kind word? She looks to the right, she looks to the left, she leans forward in a low, husky voice. She says, your fly is open. Now, I've got something important for you, and you're only going to hear it here from me, right here at Burnt Barrel. You won't hear it anyplace else. And I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. My wife and I came a little early, and I walked to the restroom, and in that table in the back there, now you verify if I'm not right, I overheard you talking about the Waffle House. Am I right that you said something about the Waffle House, one of you back there?
Southern Hibachi.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, what I want to do is I want to say something about this. If any of you around the Waffle House after midnight, between midnight and 6, and midnight to 6 in the morning, it's different. It's absolutely different. And I encourage you to go in, and what you do is you go in and you go to the counter, you sit on the stool, and there's nobody in there. They're all taking a smoke behind the building. The waitress takes a puff, takes her last puff, she comes in and she says, what do you want? Now here's what you say. You say, I'd like a glass of water with no ice and a lemon. She's gonna look at you and she's gonna say, this is the Waffle House. We ain't got no lemon. And then you say, give me a glass of water, no ice. And she's going to take and she's going to turn around. And when she turns around, you rise up off the stool a little bit, you look over the counter, and you look down to see if she's wearing socks. And if she isn't wearing socks, you see if her ankles are dirty. And if her ankles are dirty and she's not wearing socks, order Bert's chili. It is delicious. It is absolutely delicious. Now, back in the 1960s, I ran one of the largest restaurant chains in the Midwest, and it was called SMAKS Drive-In. And it was we were the king of the hill. We were the top. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking around here. You people are saying, I've never heard of SMAKS. This isn't the Midwest. This is North Carolina. This is North Carolina. It's in the Midwest. We had 38 drive-ins in Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado. We featured the Smackaroo. 2 delicious hamburger patties on melted cheese, triple toasted bun, garnished with luscious lettuce, thickly sliced tomato, creamy rich mayonnaise is billed as a real deal of a meal. Now I know what you're saying. Sounds like the Big Mac. No. In the early 1960s, there was no McDonald's in Kansas. They came in the mid-1960s. And it was no threat to us because we were the king of the hill, we were the top of the road. And what happens is they come in a little box-shaped building that was a red and white stripe sandwiched between 2 golden arches. We thought it was ugly as sin. Didn't affect us at all until they came up with Ronald McDonald. And when they came up with Ronald McDonald, we thought this is the craziest thing we've ever seen in our life. what does a clown with orange hair and floppy shoes have anything to do with the hamburger business? I'm going to tell you, a lot. A lot. I mean, we lost our market share. We started losing our profitability. And what do you think our advertising agency came up with? They came up with, now get this, to counter Ronald McDonald, a real live seal. What in the world? A real live seal? Yes, we had an 18-wheeler truck with a glass dome over it, and it had that seal in there, and it'd go around barking. People just loved it. Okay, we were just doing so good. And then what happened is they had to name it. So they call it SMAKS, the seal of approval. Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, you get it, you get it. Two meanings to one word, seal and in seal of approval, those stamp. But they didn't get it in Kansas. They got it here. Okay, they got it here. They didn't get it in Kansas. And then what happened is they came up with a growth chart. Now this doesn't tell how many growths you have. Okay, this, what happens is you tell the kids to put this on the wall, and as they eat smackaroos, they grow taller. The kids in Kansas didn't know they grew taller anyway. Crazy, absolutely crazy. What happened across the entire United States at this time, every restaurant in the country started having everybody, I don't know if it's because of any standards or anything, but everybody did it. They had to wear hats. Now, oh, I can see as I put this hat on, I have greater appreciation in here. I see you're saying, well, yeah, that guy knows what he's talking about. Well, the reason why you're saying that is because of the way I put the hat on. In other words, had I put the hat on like this, he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's the dishwasher. If I'd have put the hat on like this, you'd say, that's the soda jerk. If I put the hat on like this, you'd say, don't pay any attention to him. He won't be here next week. But if you go into a restaurant, even today, and if you see the person wearing a hat like this, okay, and their back straight like this, and their belly's out like this, and their heels together are like this, you can damn well bet that's the manager. And if it isn't, that person has management potential. Everything's going along great, smacky smacks the seal. Everything's going along fine. And then all of a sudden, of course, everything was done on television there. And so what happens is they start coming up with jingles. Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, special orders don't upset us. Doop-a-doop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. Have it your way. What's that got to do with hamburgers? What's jingles have to do with hamburgers? A lot. A lot. And so we had to come up with a jingle. And so they came up with a jingle, and again it was on TV. And what happens is the manager was standing there, the camera zooms in on him, and they go, is the pickle in the middle with the mustard on top of the ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. The ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. The ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. Yes, is the pickle in the middle with the mustard on top of the ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. The ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. The ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. Yes, is the pickle in the middle with the mustard on top of the ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. The ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. The ranch fresh meat from SMAKS. Then Smacky the seal popped out and he says, Stupidest thing I ever heard. 3 months later, we claimed bankruptcy. I'm Jim Payne. Thank you very much.